Hey everyone, welcome to the Autoimmune Dietitian YouTube channel. My name is Annie. I'm a registered dietitian and I work with people struggling with autoimmune diseases. I love to help people use diet and lifestyle to help reduce their symptoms and give them their lives back. So today we are talking about some vitamin and mineral deficiencies that are very prevalent in autoimmune diseases. And we're starting off with B vitamins. So B vitamins is a group of vitamins that most people associate with energy. However, they do so much more than that. Here's a breakdown of common B vitamin deficiencies and what they do for our bodies and how we can get them from food. So before I jump in, I just need to attach a disclaimer to this video that the information in today's talk is not the substitute for the diagnosis, treatment, or care of disease by a medical provider. This is for informational purposes only. So please consult your qualified health professional for any changes that you make to your medical care, especially when it comes to supplementation. Okay, so we're gonna kick off this conversation with vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is talked about a lot for its ability to increase energy levels, which isn't necessarily true. Yes, B12 is needed for energy metabolism, which is converting food into energy, but it's also important for so many other things, including things like red blood cell production, DNA development, nervous system support, and regeneration of the intestinal lining and respiratory tracts. B12 is also needed for white blood cell production, and these cells are the key fighters of your immune system. So if you don't have enough of these cells, your immune system won't function properly. So that is why B12 is so incredibly important, especially in the autoimmune population. Another reason why your B12 status is good to know is for methylation reactions. B12 is needed for a specific conversion of amino acids, and if you are a slow methylator, which means that you likely have an MTHFR mutation or SNP, and it's very common in the autoimmune population to have this SNP or to be a slower methylator, your B12 might be off. So it's really important to check your levels of B12 plus homocysteine, and those are standard labs that your doctor can run. And I'm not going to go any further into this conversation because I'm opening a whole can of worms, and that is a discussion for another day. So most deficiencies that I see with vitamin B12 are in vegans and vegetarians or people who don't eat a lot of protein, and it's because B12 is very prevalent in animal protein foods. Older individuals are also at higher risk for a B12 deficiency, and this is because of something called an intrinsic factor. So intrinsic factor is a protein that's produced in the stomach that binds to B12 so it can be absorbed by your intestines. As we age, we produce less of this protein, so if there's less intrinsic factor, there's less binding to B12, and that means there's less B12 being absorbed. So B12, like I said, is found in animal foods. Beef liver having the highest amounts of B12 per serving. You can also find it in fortified grains and dairy products. Okay, moving on to B2 or riboflavin. Riboflavin creates antioxidants to fight off free radicals, which is very important. It's also important for maintaining homeostasis in the immune system. This vitamin has also been shown to interfere with inflammatory cascades and may be able to control inflammasome-mediated diseases in humans. The really interesting thing about riboflavin, it's also been connected to multiple sclerosis. Some studies have shown that lower riboflavin levels can actually exacerbate MS symptoms, while supplementation may improve neurological motor movements. So, again, something to get checked. But if you don't get your levels checked often, just make sure that you're eating, either like eggs, dairy products, fortified cereals, or animal products like salmon, chicken, and beef. They all contain riboflavin. Okay, B6, vitamin B6 or pyridoxine. It's not a very well-known vitamin, but it is a great inflammation fighter and can reduce excessive inflammation. In one study, B6 prevented the development of an autoimmune disease and protected mice from endotoxic shock. B6 supplementation has also been shown to reduce inflammatory cytokines in rheumatoid arthritis patients. The other thing that B6 is really helpful for is if you are pregnant and experiencing a lot of nausea. So that's another kind of fun fact about B6. All right, so you find B6 in, again, beef liver, fish, fortified cereals, chickpeas, chicken, leafy green vegetables, bananas, oranges, papayas, and cantaloupes. So it is in a wide variety of foods. Okay, the last B vitamin that are typically deficient in the autoimmune population is folate, or vitamin B9. B9 is needed to support multiple reactions that create DNA and amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins. Low folate levels are typically seen in people with chronic inflammatory diseases, and a folate deficiency may also influence T cell proliferation and trigger autoimmune diseases. So again, very important to stay up on your folate status. It's found in leafy green vegetables, nuts, beans, seafood, eggs, dairy, meat, chicken, and again, fortified grains. So those are kind of, the top 4 B vitamins that I typically see deficient: B12, B2, B6, and B9. All right, so next steps. How do you know if you have a vitamin B deficiency? So there are a number of signs for each vitamin, which I didn't cover, but if you are interested in learning more about that, please reach out to me, and I'm happy to discuss this with you further. But the easiest thing to do is honestly to get tested. Your standard doctor, conventional doctor, can order standard labs for some vitamins like folate and B12 for sure. And those are usually covered by insurance. You can also do micronutrient testing through a functional provider. I do that for my clients. And it gives you the full panel of micronutrients plus some additional ones just to see where you're at. And then, the other thing too that I would mention is if you feel off, definitely something to kind of look into. It could be a vitamin mineral deficiency. I mean, there's so many things related to autoimmune diseases and we're not always sure what they are, but that's always a really easy place to start. You can also look at your diet and see, and kind of make a list of everything that you eat. And if the foods I mentioned today are not in your daily routine, consider adding them in, especially beef liver. I know if you watched a lot of videos in my past, I'm a huge proponent of organ meats, even though I personally really struggle with them. They are like so concentrated in vitamins and minerals. It's really just the easiest way to get it. Or you can do, beef liver supplements if you prefer to do it that way. Okay, so just to recap, we focused on all the B vitamins today, the ones that are typically deficient in the autoimmune population. If you have any questions about any of these, please feel free to message me directly. You should have my email. It should be in my profile. Also, if you're interested in working with me, I have one-on-one and group program options. So go to my website, annierubin.com, to learn more about those. I also have lots of free material on my website, including some downloadable handouts, a blog, so you can, research more about whatever topic you want. And then lastly, if you are interested in my weekly newsletter, I put it out every week. It comes to your inbox every Thursday. I always am talking about something related to nutrition and autoimmune disease and lifestyle. So check that out. You can subscribe by going to my website. So thank you so much again for joining me. If you liked the video, please click the little subscribe button below to follow me. I put these videos out every week just as a way to kind of help you learn more about your autoimmune disease and what you can do outside of medication to help you feel better. So thank you again, and I will see you next time.